Hello, and welcome to another edition of Carrie's Gardening Channel. Today we are going to be planting onion seeds. It is January the 9th, and I'm going to be starting some onion seeds here. I have Southport Red Globe onion. This is an heirloom. This one here, I like it for baking. There's Withersfield Red Onion. This is another heirloom. I really like this one. I like the flavor of it when it's raw. It's a purple onion, but it's not purple the whole way through. And then we have one of my favorites is a Walla Walla onion. We plant a lot of those, and we eat a lot of those. We have Sweet Spanish Utah strain. We have, now this is going to be a new one for me. It's a countrywide hybrid onion. I really can't find that much info about it, so we'll have to see how that one works. And then I have a Granex hybrid onion. Now technically this one here is a short day onion, but I didn't know that at the time when I had bought it. I did research on it later on, and it does seem to grow okay for us, so I'm just going to be finishing the pack off of those. And majority of these, with the exception of the countrywide and the Granex, because I don't know too much about the countrywide one, are long day onions, which is what we need for our area because I am in Pennsylvania. Okay, one thing I do with my onion seeds is I refrigerate them. I keep them in the refrigerator in a Ziploc bag. I refrigerate them before I even plant them. It seems to help them come up. And onions have a low germination rate to begin with, so it just seems to help to refrigerate them. Plus, I can keep them from one year to the next in the refrigerator, and I don't seem to lose the germination rate. So I would recommend planting more onion seeds than what you need, just to make sure that you get enough, because you never know always how many are going to come up. So when we come back, I'm going to show you how I plant these. Okay, so we're back, and I filled this tub here with Jiffy natural and organic seed starting mix. That's the mix that I use. And I'm putting hot, sort of hot, kind of warm water in, and I'm mixing my soil up here. Get a nice consistency here. You don't want your soil to be soupy. You want it to be a nice, moist texture. So if you accidentally add too much water, just add some more soil to it. And if it's too dry, just add a little bit more water to it. So this is a nice consistency here. So I'm going to get my container here that we're going to be planting these in. And I'm a recycler. I recycle and plant in a bunch of different things. This is actually a food tray that I've punched holes in the bottom, sorry about that, at the ridges, so we can get good drainage out of them, because you don't want your onion seedlings to get soggy. You want them to have nice, good drainage. And this container here is about 1.5 inches deep. Onion seedlings do not need a deep container, and I've been planting onion seeds in these kind of containers for years, and it's always worked for me. So this is how I do them. I already had some soil in it, and we're just going to fill these up with this. Show you here how I fill them. Now I am going to leave a little space, because after a little space from the soil line to the top of the container, because after we plant our onion seeds in, they're going to get a very light coating. They only need to be a 1/4 inch deep of dry soil, and then we're going to get the top of the soil wet by soaking it in another tray of water. All this in here. So we're just gonna get these all filled in here. And you want it smooth. You want to try and get it as smooth as you can. You don't want like big pockets, because if you get your seeds down too deep, they won't come up. And that's not what we want. We want them to come up and grow for us here. And I also do another planting in, I believe, February. I plant onion seeds up until probably like the end of February. I'll have to check my seed starting book on that to be 100% positive, because I start so much different stuff. Okay, there we go. So we got our tray all nice and full of the soil there, and we're going to start planting our seeds here. We'll be right back. Okay, so I have my onion seeds here, and this is what onion seeds look like. These have been pre-chilled. They're actually from last year that I got them, and put them in the refrigerator in the Ziploc bag. And we're going to start planting these here. And I actually did 6 across, because we want to give them space so they have room to grow. You don't want to just put a whole bunch in together, because you're going to have a mess and they're not going to grow right. So I did 6 across in a row. And I don't know if you can see them or not. There's one of the seeds right there. We're going to just fill these up as much as we can. And I'll start off again here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now when it gets a little wider here, you might be able to do 7, but just make sure you get them their space in there. And I've used all different kind of containers to start my onion seeds in. I've used the strawberry trays that your strawberries come in, and the benefit of those is that they already have the holes in the bottom, so that'll give enough drainage so you won't have to worry about it. And I've used various food tray containers to plant my onion seeds in, and it's worked for me. So, and what I'm doing here as I put these seeds in is I'm making sure that I do push the seed in the soil some to make sure it has nice good contact with the soil. So I'm going to finish this whole tray off here, and then we'll come back and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so I got all of the onion seeds planted. I did 5 rows across in each one, and I did 32 seeds in each side. So that gives me a total of 64 seeds here. I have my little tag here, which I've labeled. This is the Walla Walla onion that we planted here. Onions take about 7 to 14 days to germinate. And I have my date on here, and I put in how many seeds was planted in this. I'm going to stick this over here and try not to squash your seeds down, because that wouldn't be a good thing. So now we're going to cover these, but first I have this tray here, that I have them sitting in, and I'm going to fill it with the same water that we used for our seeds, for our seed starting mix when we mixed it. And I'm going to set this tray back in here. Gotta make sure here I didn't fill it too full. There we go. So I have my Jiffy All Natural and Organic Seed Starting Mix. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take some out of here, out of the bag, and I'm gonna do a very light coating over the top of the seeds. We don't want to get our seeds down too deep. Now this is going to soak the water up through. I'm going to do that here on the other side too. And what I do is I press it down so that the soil and the seed has really nice contact together. You want to make sure that your seeds have really good contact with the ground so that they can germinate and sprout and come up. Just a little bit more right at this spot right here. And you will have to check your hand to make sure that and no seeds stuck to you, because as we go through with this, I don't want anything stuck to us. You don't have to put it in the tray of water right away. You can do this first and then stick it in, but I'm just sticking it in this time. And you can take a spray bottle too, filled with regular warm water, and you can spray the top of it, but I find that this works, so this is how I'm doing them this time. We'll just let this soak its water up here. And when it's done, we'll come back and I will show you then where I put them. Okay, so we're back. And I put my onion tray in an enclosed bag that's going to keep the heat and humidity in for them. I have my light here set on a 14-hour timer. It's on for 14 hours a day. I'm using day length bulbs, or you can use sunshine bulbs. Both of them work. I don't use the plant light bulbs. I'm not a big fan of them. I just didn't feel that I got good results out of them. So in 7 to 14 days or sooner, these should be coming up, and I will be coming back with another video. If you like my video, please like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, you can leave them below, and I will try and answer them for you. And don't forget to hit that little notification button. That'll tell you when I put a new video on, and I hope you have a nice day. Bye.